Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to discuss a new topic as I promised, that is JavaScript Runtime, which is going to discuss the things, what are the insights of JavaScript, and we are going to discuss it. And it's a Yahoo moment, and you will get all the insights of JavaScript Runtime in a more detailed manner. And let's begin. So first we will see the image how actually JavaScript architecture looks like, and don't get overwhelmed because this is the architecture, and I will promise you that at the end of the video you are going to understand each and everything in a more detailed manner. And so let's begin. Before talking about the whole environment, I would like to discuss the first thing, that is JavaScript that is call stack and memory heap. So what actually call stack does in JavaScript engine, call stack basically tells you where you are in the program. For example, if you have three functions like A, B and C, so at what functions you are in, it is going to be told by call stack, and it will tell you where you actually are in the program. And memory heap is nothing but does a memory allocation. For example, if you have written let a is equal to hello world, so hello world's memory allocation will happen in the memory heap. I hope you have understand what actually call stack is and memory heap is. Now we will first discuss these three points as well before discussing into a JavaScript runtime. So JavaScript is a single threaded language. Now what actually it means? JavaScript is a single threaded language, right? So it means that JavaScript will have only one call stack. It will not have more than one call stack, unlike other programming languages like Java, which is a multi-threaded language. So we have there a multiple stack. So in JavaScript we have only one call stack, so things will run one at a time. For example, if you have 10 apples to eat, so first you will eat one apple, then you will finish that particular apple, then you will move on second apple, then you will eat the second apple completely, and then you will move on 3. So these things happens in a JavaScript. For example, if you have 3 functions, so first of all it will execute first function, then after execution it will move on to the second and then third. So it is nothing but a kind of synchronous way to do the execution. First finish first, then second, then third, then fourth. So it is quite of unoptimized way. But with web APIs, which is introduced by web browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Safari, so whatever browsers we have, we will have a web APIs, which is nothing but a low level program written in C or C++, which is going to handle various things like HTTP requests, listen to the DOM events like clicking the button or validating the forms, etc., done by these web APIs. And these web APIs actually allows you to make the whole runtime asynchronous. Now what actually it means, we are going to discuss it. So for example, if you have written a code, and that particular code first goes into call stack, and JavaScript will see whether that particular code is a code of JavaScript or web API. If it is a code of JavaScript, it is going to move that particular code into a web API, and web API is going to run that particular code, and at the same time JavaScript will take another code and it will run it. So as we can see, we are achieving some kind of asynchronous code. So if for example this we have to eat again 10 apples again, and at the same time if you will get a phone call from your wife or from your office, you are also going to take it. So what web API will do, web API will take the call, and at the same time you are going to eat the apple. So at the same time you will run the JavaScript code, as well as you are also attending the web API calls as well. So when the web API call got executed, it will move that particular code into a callback queue, and event loop is going to see whether our call stack is empty or not. When the call stack got emptied, the callback queue's code goes into a call stack and it is going to run that particular code again. Now we will see the implementation in a more synchronized manner. Now, so we will go on browser, and we have a REPL again, and I will write the code from the starting. So let's write console.log hello world 1. Okay, and then we are going to write set timeout, which is nothing but we have discussed, it's a web API, and this is a arrow function. We will discuss it later. Just see what is actually happening. So we are going to console.log 12, and then we are going to wait for 5 milliseconds, that is 5000 milliseconds, which is means 5 seconds. Okay, then we are going to print it out, console.log hello world 2. Okay, now we are going to run this code and we will see the output. So first hello 1, hello 2, and then after 5 seconds we got 12. So what actually happened there? This code first goes into a call stack, and after going into call stack it will run that particular code, execute that particular code, and we get hello world 1. And when this code goes into a call stack, and since it's a web API, it will move into a web API, and there it will wait for 5 seconds, and at the same time it is going to call stack will going to take this code and it will run it, and we will get hello world 2. And after completing 5 seconds it is going to move it to the callback queue, and event loop will fetch push it into a call stack again, and we are after 5 seconds we will get 12. I hope you understood this, and now we are going to visualize these things with this URL, and they have actually provided a very good visualized way of whole JavaScript runtime, that is latent flip, and I will provide this link into a description, and you can play it around and we will see what is actually happening over here. So first we will call foo boo bar set timeout, it goes into web APIs, and then it will move it into a print hello, and then it is going to run that particular code. So what is actually happening? First we called foo, so foo will goes into a call stack, and then we are calling bar over here, then bar will goes into call stack, and then bar is going to go there and it sees the code, that is set timeout. Now set timeout is basically a web API, so it will move set timeout, that is print hello, into a web API, and we are going to wait it for 3 seconds, and at the same time we are going to run these codes as well. And when the 3 seconds got finished, it will come back into a callback queue, and event loop is going to see whether that call stack is empty or not. When it got emptied, it will push that print hello into a call stack, and it is going to execute it. I hope you understand what actually happens behind JavaScript runtime. So this way we are going to achieve asynchronous code as well through JavaScript engine, and we will have optimized way to finish the code. And due to this asynchronous way, JavaScript is very popular nowadays, and we have already discussed the Stack Overflow survey. We have seen that JavaScript is one of the most popular language nowadays. So I hope you understood what actually happens behind JavaScript runtime. And if you have any queries, you can join me on Discord. You can ask questions there, and you can also comment it down your questions, and as soon as I see those questions I will answer it out too. And don't forget to like and subscribe this channel, because you are going to gain a lots of knowledge behind JavaScript, and we will discuss everything here. So see you in the next video. Thank you.